Hey, welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I like to look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes, to see why everything's happening the way that it is. A lot of times it's not about whether your person cares, you know that they care. You just don't like the way that they care, you know? And a lot of times we continue to relive the same types of situations known as karmic themes, and we want to know why. And we want to know how to break the karmic cycles that keep us stuck in in limitation, in a lower vibration. All right. We jump right on in today. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, and it's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. Important when we're looking at people that wear masks. Okay, let's see what that word of the video is. It is fear, fear, fear. I feel like someone is really like knows that you're serious. They're very fearful because they know that they pushed it. No, you know what's crazy? And I get that you're connected to someone that acted really like I don't give a shit. I have no feelings. I have no emotions. I don't have any feelings for you. And I feel like it's the exact opposite. This person thought that you would chase them. They thought that you would like stroke their ego or give them more attention if they would have given you less. I know that that sounds crazy, but this person did not think that you felt good about yourself. They saw your worth. They didn't think that you saw yours. So now it's like this person, I feel like they blocked you off all social media. They stopped texting you, they stopped calling you, they don't talk about, they act like they're living their best life, but they're not living their best life. The irony is, I feel like you're living your best life, or they perceive that you're living your best life. And you might be like, I'm not living my best life. I'm just not crying over them. And so I feel like this person's wounded because if you're just saying, hey, I'm just living my life, and I'm not saying you're living a bad life, but I feel like, yeah, you hang out with friends and you work, but I mean, it's not like you're going off to the Riviera every weekend. But this person's imagination is going wild, and their imagination is going wild because they know that they didn't treat you right. And so there's in this place of fear because they don't really know how to come back from this. And so when were dealing with this person, why you walked away was they acted like they didn't care. They still are acting like they didn't care. They acted aloof, like I could take you, leave you. Doesn't really matter. And then self-righteous, almost like trying to seem as if they were more superior than you, playing it cool. And this is how a person overcompensates when a they don't have a good self-esteem, when they have a low self-esteem, right? And I feel like when you met this person, they knew that you really believed them. They knew that you really, and the thing is, you liked them. You trusted them, Scorpio. So you weren't looking for a problem. You didn't go into the relationship looking for a problem. Though I think that you should have with this person because you thought that they were on a much higher vibration. But the self-righteousness is actually also part of this person's anxiety. They feel like when you're not confident about yourself, and then you're overcompensating to try to create that persona, you're never comfortable in yourself. You always have to come from your true self. Your higher self is the true part of yourself. And that's when you're talking with your heart and your gut. I mean, it's not that you don't think, you do think, but you're not looking for problems. This person looks for problems. So I feel like they had a lot of trauma. Again, they just acted superior, and that's what I was saying. Like they was trying to create the persona that they were a really confident person, and they weren't. But in that, they were not building a emotional connection with you at all. You were like, okay, this is ridiculous. It's like you're holding on to me, but you're not giving me anything. And then you started to feel like, well, and you don't make me feel good either. It's like I'm starting to feel bad around you. And that's why this person's in fear because I feel like they're reflecting back and seeing how they treated you. And they're saying, well, I wouldn't want to be with me with the way, like they're realizing what they did. The irony is, I feel like this person thought that you were toxic. This again person, I feel like either they have children and they don't, and they hide behind their children, so they act like they can't give you as much, or your inner child, both your this person's inner child wound has inner child wounds, and so do you. So again, we're going to take that as it resonates because some of you guys don't have children. So if you don't have children, it's and this story is resonating with you, then it's this person's inner child is so wounded that they project, that they're constantly projecting. And I feel like that triggers you. I feel like that triggered you to be like, again, I don't feel good and like being around you. You don't make me feel again. And then it's also like this person doesn't have a conversation with you. So there's a lot of assumptions. They assume that you were going to act a certain way. You didn't act that way, meaning like give to them, chase them, stroke their ego a little bit. That didn't happen. And then there's always assumptions like, well, things will work out. I feel like things will work out, like meaning even if you didn't date, you'd still be friends. They you'd still be in their life somehow, even if it was just an acquaintance, but you wouldn't hate this person. Now, what bothers them is that they know you don't like who they are and you've detached from them. Like you have a bad taste in your mouth. Because again, their assumptions about who you are, because they don't build the emotional connection. They didn't take time to get to know you, make you feel comfortable. If anything, they did the exact opposite. Was so again, I don't really feel like this was like a long drawn out relationship. I feel like it was on and this person could have been in your life for a long time. That's the irony. They could be in your life for 7 years, but they would in and out, in and out, in and out. And then also the way that they were acting. So they thought that you were gonna go for it, that you were gonna, but what they see is that you saw right through them. You saw right through them. And again, so now you have this really horrible taste in your mouth. And so again, the imagination is starting to go because this person really has feelings, and so they're, you know, even if it's just I thought you would be in my life. You're a cool person. I like all my friends. Everybody likes you. I want to like you too. Like, you know what I mean? They don't want to be the only one that you don't like. They don't want to be the only one that you don't talk to. Even if you say, well, I'm not friends with any of this person's friends, you have a lot of friends. I feel like this person doesn't have any friends because this is the way that they act. I don't feel like they just acted this way with you. Feel like that's the way that they act in relationships, that is. I'm not saying they don't have any friends, but your life seems more exciting. I know the universe works in mysterious ways, but sometimes I judge the situation instead of surrender to it. And that's this person because, again, they can't get out of their own way. They're like, I know you're supposed to be in my life. I wouldn't be so drawn to you. I know I'm drawn to you. I have feelings for you. I don't know why I did what I did, even. They don't even know why they did what they did. I'm going through a physical, emotional ascension symptoms. I need space to rest. But from a higher perspective, I'm releasing old energy. I believe that because you like again disconnected and this person was watching you the whole time, they were so sure about themselves, so they were like just like waiting, like when you're waiting for someone to do something, almost like a joke, like if someone's good, like you're playing a prank on a person, and so you're like kind of like waiting, or you're watching your friend play a prank on someone, so you're like watching, like this person was like watching your social media like that, expecting you to do something, say something, and nothing ever happened. Then they expected you to maybe make a phone call, text message, do something. Nothing ever happened. So I feel like that made this person look at themselves. And because you detached, and they're the only one that really, like I said, I feel like doesn't they don't connect with you. So I don't know if you live in the same town as this person, or this person knows you through mutual friends, or you hang out in a community that they also kind of hang out with. I don't know. But this person knows that everybody likes you, and that they like you too, but they had liked you. I just feel like they have such a low self-esteem that they overcompensated. And now it's like again, the physical ascension is, like when we go through a spiritual, I don't want to say it's a dark night of the soul, because it's a dark night of the soul is when you're in depression. However, I do feel like this again, whole connection was a spiritual connection, is a spiritual connection. This person may not even be spiritual, but they know that it's a spiritual connection, because they're like, why is this happening? Why do I have such a pull towards you? Why can't I just forget it? Why do I care what you think? Who are you? Because I feel like this person normally doesn't care. Maybe they just never noticed. I don't know. I just feel like my heart is opening to love and guiding me back to you. It's almost like the physical symptoms is that it's like they're evolving into a higher state of consciousness. And you made that happen. And you made that happen because this person feels like an asshole. That's why. It's like they see how they treated you. I feel like when they were in it, they weren't really, this is why you can't pretend. This is why you can't emulate when when you're wounded, because you don't know what the proper amount to be. They overdid it. It's like, I'm going to put like instead of a pinch of salt, the person like put in the entire jar of salt, the entire thing, salt shaker. And, that's what because they're not confident. So they were trying to create the facade, and that's what they're seeing. They're like, why did I do that? It's like, why did I feel the need to do that? And really, it made them think. And I feel like even if this person, wasn't guiding them back to you for a relationship, they would like dating, like even if you say, I don't want to date you, I feel like this person would say, can we be friends? I don't even care, just as long as you're in my life, because you made such an impact on their life. And I know that that sounds crazy, because it's like, but I just think that this person normally gets over on people, and they didn't get over on you. They actually feel like you got over on them, even though you weren't playing a game. It's but almost in a positive way, like where you showed this person like a different way. I'm ascending. Past life wisdom is helping me understand things with a new perspective. I feel like you and this person are past life mates. because it's again, they're they're accessing past life wisdom and it's helping them to understand. And this is why they're again going through the physical and emotional symptoms. I feel like this person felt like you were always like a soulmate or a past life, like even if they didn't know that terminology, they knew you were someone significant. And like I said, it made them really nervous. So it was like because they actually liked you that much that they acted like shit. Where you would be like, no, this person like didn't like me. It's like, no, they wanted you to want them. I can't fully be there for you as long as this person is in my life. I know it's hard for you, but I have to go through this experience in order to heal it. So they're connected to a karmic that beats them down. This person has no self-esteem. That's why they overcompensated with you. This person doesn't really want to be where they are. They feel obligated to be where they are. And I believe it's because the karmic tells them every single day what a piece of shit that they are. Because that's this person. This person feels so insecure. And you only get that way when you're surrounded by someone that tells you that over and over and over again. That's why it's really important to surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up, that are going to feed you energy, that they're not going to steal energy. And this person felt like you gave them energy. They're so upset at why they did what they did. They're so affected by it and they feel stuck with that karmic, but this person is going to find their way back to you. They don't know when, but I'm telling you, they're doing it because they're like, I don't know why it was almost like before the karmic had so much control before you. Now I feel like they don't have any control. But this is why, because there's such a strong, you gave so much love, you gave so much light, and they thought that they were going to get over. You don't get over. You showed them a whole different side of you that they didn't even know existed. And then they see that everybody likes you on top of it, and they're like, I'm stuck here with this fucking person that tells me I'm a piece of shit every day. And it's like, so of course they're going through ascension symptoms. And if you're a past life, karmic me, because all soulmates are karmic. I don't care what anyone says, because all soulmates come in to teach you. However, you're a past life karmic mate, and the fact that you walked away from them, the love that is so strong between you and this person is through many lifetimes. And if they're ascending, they're most likely your twin flame. They're most likely your twin flame because if they're with a karmic that's being told every single day they're a piece of shit, they wouldn't know the difference. They actually had something to compare between you and this person. And that is why they're so grateful. Again, like this person's inner child needs to come first, and that's what they're healing. That's what they're healing. They have inner child wounds, and that's why it's again, they were tricked into being with that karmic and have been with the karmic for a long time, I feel like, on and off, but not happy, but felt obligated because the karmic knows exactly what to say to beat them down, to make them feel guilty, to manipulate, to make them feel as if they owe it to them. And your person is like, that game ain't working no more. Because when I close my eyes and I can imagine you're here with me and it feels so real, I'm beginning to understand this is what it means to be in the 5D with you. Yeah, this person is like, they're with the karmic, but they're with you. Meaning like they may be sitting in that chair, but they are like their mind is with you, their heart is with you, and the karmic knowing. The karma's got to know. You always know when your person's not there. You always know when somebody, you're like, hello, the lights are on, but no one's home. Everybody knows that feeling. Neither one of us is being honest right now. Why are we afraid to express ourselves? This is your person. Like you're holding back from me too. You're not talking to me either. You don't let me know how you feel about me either. You want me to do everything also. You want me to be soft and sensitive and open, but you're not that way with me. Like that's what that's what they're saying because they're like you're not talking to me, but I know we have a connection. I feel like we still have a connection. Well, if you are a past life, soulmate, of course you're still gonna have a connection. You had one from a million years ago, 1,000 years ago. Why wouldn't you have one for a week, a month, or a year? Of course. But this person is like, I know you still like you're still there. This journey is teaching us one of the most important spiritual lessons, patience. Like this person is leaving. Understand, they're leaving that karmic. They are strategizing as we speak right now. That's what's happening right now. No lie. The planets are activating us to heal and bringing us closer together. Surrender to the change. Okay? This is what's happening. They're like, this is a spiritual connection. This is spiritual connection. You're my person. I'm leaving, and I believe that karmic is going ape shit mad. That manipulation ain't working no more. No more. Mm-mm. Not working. Sometimes I feel like you're speaking to me in my head. At times it triggers me because I know I know you can see into me. Like it's almost like they know. They're like they're like, I know. He was like, because we're connected like that. So I know you know what I'm thinking. I can't hide from you. So this is what they're going to do. So we have to say, well, how do you feel about that? It's a collective reading, so we're not gonna, never going to be 100% because, some people are going to be like, fuck that. And this person's an asshole. And other people will be like, I know I still have feelings for them, and if evolved enough, maybe they'll be on my level now. Maybe they'll act different. Maybe they'll be a more emotionally intelligent, be a little bit more compassionate. They have to integrate those spiritual traits. Again, this person was on a low vibration because they don't feel good about themselves. So being vulnerable is not something that people that are wounded say, "Oh yeah, let me be vulnerable so I can get hurt more." No, they're not going to let you in. They create a wall. So this is how you feel. Balance, uplifting, going with the flow. Like you'll go with the flow. Like you're like, if this person, like I said, is gonna be, I'd say uplifting is more like evolved, and elevate. Okay, if they're gonna make me feel good, if they're gonna elevate, if they're elevated, if they're gonna elevate me and they're gonna uplift me, and they're balanced, I'm gonna go with the flow with it and try and look at things from a new perspective. That's what I think, you know. Because again, the person ascended. It's a spiritual connection, and that's the only reason why you're gonna see it again. The view, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the difference. So you're gonna make them like you're not gonna run into it. It's gonna go. You're gonna go with the flow, like I said. And if it doesn't go with the flow, you wouldn't stay. Only if it feels good. Again, yeah, like I am sorry, but again, for those of you that say, I'm not gonna go with this person. Listen, like I said, that this person, again, like if it's you, if they're faithful, if they're loyal, if there's trust there, because there's affection, it's like this person, like, again, this is how you see this person. And I think it's because it is a past life connection, the past life connection. So if they come back and they're different, well, then I'm gonna give him a chance. And Spirit says, I know you will. That's why, again, that you'll, I know you will. That's why I'm bringing you two together because this person needs healing that only you can give. And you most likely need healing that they can only give. And sometimes that healing isn't that they give it to you, you get it while you're apart, And I believe soulmate twin flame relationships, and that's what this is, even though it didn't come out. I know that it is because this person's leaving a karmic and they're evolving. Being around someone that calls you a piece of shit every day and makes you walk from a lower state of consciousness and not live from your best self is someone that's very selfish, very spoiled, very just not good. And the relationship is like it's a sham now. And that's the thing. And this person doesn't want that. They want to be with someone that feels like home. And nothing like a soulmate twin flame to create this change, to help this person evolve. Now you say what awareness is. Well, again, loner, look at that loner. But maybe you've always felt like someone that was okay being alone, and also, I feel like that is part of you, but I feel like for the most, you guys are like, I can be alone, but I also like to be with a person, obviously. So maybe when you get into relationship, spirit is saying, yeah, but in your relationships, you're sometimes a codependent and you give too much. So the loner is also a gift. It's not just a wound, and it's a gift because you can be alone. And that's the thing. And that's what this person was not used to. They say, you don't need me. This karmic is up my ass 24/7, 7 days a week. I can't breathe. And that's because karmic knows that they don't want to be with them. They also know that this person, plays their little game to escape from them. So they're paranoid, but they can't be alone. So it's attractive that you're like are able to like be alone but also have friends. Like you have like you're different. You're different. Lies and secrecy. Now I always believe that when you grow up in an environment that there's an alcoholic parent or a parent that there's not enough money or there's something that we perceive as embarrassing that would bring shame. That's when lies and secrecy come into play. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, like I had drug addiction parents. It could just mean, again, there wasn't enough money or someone was sick. There was something that, made that you weren't going to be as transparent. Let's just put it that way, because we're protecting, we have loyalty towards the lies. Again, if the lie came with our family. So I believe that, let's see what else comes out. Flow, to go with the flow. So I believe the lies and the secrecy is protection, like you protected that and gave more to family where you didn't like create yourself, if that makes sense. You weren't able to go with the flow because you were controlled, and you were controlled by the lies and the secrets of the house that you grew up in. So again, we have to be like water in order to manifest, by the way. We have to be able to go with the flow of life, which I do believe that you mastered now. However, well, I mean, we all have can tend to control from time to time, but for the most part, you go with you understand the concept of going with the flow where when you were younger, you didn't. So it's about, again, now learning how to go with the flow and not, again, hiding behind the lies and secrecy because you wouldn't. You didn't. This person wanted you to like to kind of hook up and to chase them and stroke their ego and meanwhile they're like with a karmic, like, and you would have been living a lie. They would have tried to keep you a secret, but it would have been a lie, and you would have been like, definitely settling for less. And so this is not that. Like this is going with the flow, but not this flow of what it was they were giving, your own flow of what feels right. So created your own individuality, but this person expected you to be clingy, like in stroke their ego, where that's what the karmic did. Now they're stuck with that person and they don't want to be with that person. And now what they see is, oh, I finally see the difference. That's what I want. I don't want someone to stroke my ego. You have pride too. You have, like, you're not going to do that. You have dignity also. Why would I make you do that? And they have mad respect for you. Mad respect for you. And that also makes them fall in love with you. And this is why they are also getting more and more grossed out by the karmic, because the karmic is like, I own your life. You know? I own your life. And they're not even attractive anymore. Self-love, spirits. And it was all about you learning self-love, not hiding behind some lie and secret. It was about going out on your own, being the loner, yes, but being you, feeding you. And this is why this person sees that again, self-love. That means going out and finding what inspires you, connecting with people that are going to fill your cup up. And this is why this person's jealous, because they're like, wow, like that happened. Not even jealous. I feel like they had that jealous phase. Now they're fearful, like, you're not going to come back to me. Why would you come back to me? It's like they're looking at themselves. But you know what? They are coming back to you because I feel like their self-esteem held them back for a long time. But eventually love always makes a person come to you. And we know that they're coming, but why did they hold back so long? That's why. One more. Guidance. You didn't have guidance. So Spirit says you don't need guidance. You have the higher self, and the higher self is the God part of self, and that's your intuition. And that's how we have discernment. And discernment only comes in the now. Only in the now do you get divine guidance through gut, intuition, inner knowing. And you listen to that. And because you listen to it, that you're actually, the guidance is the Father, right? The Father that protects us. It's again the universe, because God is ubiquitous and it works through us and around us and brings us people, situations, experiences that grow us, that heal us. And when we're grounded, we see that. And what happens is that when you see what resonates with you, what calls to you, and you invest in it, that's how you give yourself self-love. And that's what you did. And that's why this person is saying, what the fuck? You're not who I thought you were. And I look like an asshole. But, but eventually I'm not going to care, because I'm still coming back, because I got feelings and I can't hold back. And I got to get away from this karmic. And we're going to end where spirit, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, gives us wisdom. And its wisdom is, oh my God, wisdom. See, God's being a smart ass. God has a plan for you. I live here now knowing beauty is to come. I don't force things to happen faster than the universe has decided for me. I learn from my experiences, take small steps in faith, and succeed thanks to all my efforts. So Spirit's saying, well, the wisdom is that higher self, is the claircognizance, that internal knowing that allows you to go with the flow of life, because only in the now do you get divine guidance. And because you listen to that, your life looks so good. And this person's life is not good, where they, even if they were able to hide behind all the material gains, it would never fulfill them. They would always feel empty. And that's the thing. They don't want to live that way anymore. I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. And before I end this, I just wanted to give a shout out. my doors are open for my coaching program. I have a brand new shadow healing, psychic development, soul's path coaching program that I've launched, and it is only going to be open for 10 days. That is it. So it's very limited, and it's the reason why is because it's a very in-depth coaching program. I'm most likely going to be getting rid of my coaching program that I offer on YouTube just because a lot of people don't show up, and for $7.99 a month, it's like I can't afford it. So I'm going to be moving on to another platform, but however, the members that have signed up with me, I promised them that they would get like some sort of, I would compensate them where they would get that price for a little while, or I would still do something for them on the side. But it's phasing out just because I wouldn't be able to afford to eat. So again, if you want more shadow healing and you want to know what your soul's path is and you want to open up your psychic abilities and utilize them to create yourself. Again, that's when you're on your soul's path, that's what you're doing. Sign up for my coaching program. The link will be in the description box along with the word of the video, which is fear. Don't forget, it's fear. And all other important information. So if you're connected to a Virgo, check out my Virgo channel. If you're connected to a Gemini, check out my Gemini channel. And my All Zodiac channel, no one ever checks out just because it's an All Zodiac channel. But everything that's important is there. And if you like the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Love you.